So last night a new scam came through my honeypots. This time the criminals were impersonating Dreamhost, an online website hosting site creator service. This is a typical account takeover phishing scam where the criminals are trying to get you to log in with your credentials, and then they'll likely save your credentials and use them to take over your own Dreamhost website, or potentially download any other personal information that they could get from Dreamhost administration panel, right? So this is just a video of what I uncovered, and I was able to go a little bit deeper and look at how they've constructed this scam from the code perspective. So let's take a look at the video. I'll talk through what I did last night. So what I did first was take a look at the directories and try to figure out if there was any administration scripts that the criminals left in the open. And in fact, there were. So the first thing I did was rename the script itself to scammer.php. What you're looking at is actually the function of this script. It enables the criminals to upload a website, to make coding changes, to manage access policies, essentially be able to manage the presence of a criminal fake website wherever they want to. So this is the first file I found. This is really the Dreamhost replicated website itself. There are a handful of scripts that the criminals set up to block access from certain IP addresses, whether they be from anti-fraud people like myself, or some other service, or proxies, or things of that nature, so that they're hiding their presence with these tools, but making the site available to potential victims. And so this is the form itself. You'll see username and password here, and then you'll see this action process.php. This is the file that's probably most interesting, because this is what captures the username and password that you enter, and the criminals will take that and do something with it. Take a look at process.php. This is where really all the action happens. The first thing that it's doing, it's accepting the username and password from the form. It's then checking whether there's actually data in the username and password. And if there is, then it sets up a connection to using the API, the bot API. And so this is the token that the criminals have created to manage the interaction between this script and the chat ID is a chat room identifier. What the script is doing is making a connection to. So you'll see the message here, Dreamhost baby, email, username, password. It's taking your credentials and then sending that as a message to the criminals in this chat room. So what I've done here is I've actually used the token and chat ID to get more details about the chat room. I found the name of the administrator, found the number of people in chat room, and a few other bits of information that will be useful to. So after all your information is sent to the criminals, they send you to the Dreamhost panel itself, which has the real form that you want to use to log in. Just a social media service. They employ something called end-to-end encryption. So not even is aware that their service is being used like this. Best thing we can do as fraud investigators is to keep an eye out for sloppy criminals, like in this case, and then report the data so they can take action and make sure that this behavior is shut down. I've also sent this information to Dreamhost so they can warn their end users to be careful about fraudulent websites that look legitimate but are not part of the brand experience. After I was able to do all this stuff, I took them down. I was able to delete all of this so that no other consumers can be tricked from this particular instance. And this is a drop in the bucket. This is not anything major in terms of breaking down an organization. They'll just copy and paste and try this again. So it's up to you to be careful out there and to really know before you click.